Yesterday, it was like a double victory for Wike as Supreme Court declared that the local government conducted in Rivers State was invalid, and there is another Supreme Court judgment that confirmed the legitimacy of a particular faction loyal to Wike in the House of Assembly, and even order governor to go and represent 2024 budget to Amawele, a faction that's loyal to Wike. How do you describe this kind of a judgment?
Influence judgment, influence judiciary, influence system, detrimental to democracy, detrimental to disintegration of this country, detrimental to political structures that have built democracy to an extent. Let me tell you, it has become very clearly now that the Nigerian judiciary is always being tailored by forces of interest, selfish interest, not on national interest. Because if it were to be on the national interest, we would have been singing a different song completely. But what I want to say at this point is that Tinunbu should be very careful on how he buys the idea of elements who are anti-democratic in principle and injustice. What you saw that what happened in Rivers State is enough to lead a proper disintegration or forceful disintegration of this country. And if it happens, good to go. But I can tell you that if the Ijaw National Congress have issued a statement that Fubara is not going anywhere. The resources that they want to lay hand on so that they can be able to finance their Wuruwuru presidential ambition must be stopped. Enough of this. We saw it in Amechi when Amechi mortgaged the entire River State and financed Buhari's presidential election. At the end, he came back crying. Wike want to repeat the same thing. Wike too will come back someday and start crying. Or I'm sure he's already crying, because there's going to be massive resistance. Wike does not have a good record in River State. Forget all the paparazzi that's built around him for some time now. If you go to the River State, the Obibo, Eche, Okirika, Ikwere, and thereabout, Opopo, and the rest of them, Wike has no good record in River State. Wike is just leveraging on the possible influence of the northern oligarchy and the Arab Yoruba politicians led by Bola Ahmed Tinunbu, who are only interested in dipping their hand on the crude oil. See, what is happening in what you're seeing in River State is not all political. The interest of taking resources from that state. Do you know how much River State contributes in the national? Only River State contributes up to 25.5%
of in Nigeria income.
Of national income, of Nigeria income, as a result of crude oil exploration activities. And when you are there, you are not in line with the real factor. They seem it as they cannot be able to lay hand on the resources, on the wealth that comes from that place, and be able to manipulate.
But sorry to continue.
The 2027 election, but I can tell you, the Fubara you are saying, where he came from was discovered by an Igbo man, King Dada of Opopo. He's an Arochukwu man. He's the one that discovered that place he came from. He's purely an Opopo man, even though that the Joe and the Ndoki people are already claiming. Well, let me tell you, they have told them, Supreme Court or no Supreme Court, Fubara is going nowhere. And any attempt to forcefully
remove him by impeachment,
either by hook or crook, will lead to forceful disintegration of Nigeria. That guy you are seeing there has become a beast. Fubara you saw many years ago was a gentleman. But circumstances currently now have turned him to a beast. And he has become a beast. No apology, no nothing, anywhere. So Tinunbu should be very careful the way he's trying to champion his ambition and the way he's trying to open the doors open for Fulanis, Northerners, to continue to lay their hand on the resources in Biafra land.
But sorry to say this, I think the resources also are already in their hand because federal government.
Yes, the resources are already in their hand. But to an extent, let me tell you, the resources are already in their hand. You understand? The Northerners are controlling the resources of the South. There's no doubt about that, especially oil-bearing communities.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Agreed. But what I'm saying is that, you know, the funding and some logistics aspect of it can only be handled by somebody who are independent of the northern influence. Wike is not independent of his northern influence. Whoever Wike is trying to plant in River State is not independent of northern influence. But I can tell you that Simi, Laye, Fubara is independent of northern influence.
But this thing sounds like irony. We see the relationship between Fubara and governor of Bauchi. That their relationship is bosom, and we see Wike working against Fulani domination by even making a turnaround.
Oga, Wike is not working against any Fulani domination. You saw what Wike did in Obibo and killed millions of people during ESAS. Wike is not working for the interest of his own people. Wike is under arrogant and influence of the Fulanis. Don't tell me that when they are playing their politics, we'll be able to understand that, you know, this is purely a political movement. What you are seeing between Bauchi and the governor of Rivers State is pure political. It does not exceed beyond that line. Well understood. And the governor you are seeing today speaks Igbo more than Igbos. But you see the chameleonic approach of how the Yorubas and of course the Northerners look at that direction and say, who told you? Is this your place? Do you bear the same origin? Do you bear the same orientation? Is it a must that we must be always put governors who are loyal to destructive elements from the north?
Like they did in Imo.
Look at it.
The same
to the extent that the governor of Ebonyi State now mobilized the entire traditional rulers and they went to Sotolo Sokoto to pay homage. So what are we talking about?
For what purpose?
What other purpose? Because they felt that they met them. But that is it. Anybody that you see that is dancing toward the arrangement of these demonic people that have no future for Nigeria, you will only hear that they made Ozokal is one of them. Ozokal cannot say anything against it now because he knew that they not made him. Because they have been enjoying the spice of the Nigerian Biafra war. To them, they feel that Biafra was conquered and they are looting the entire Biafra land for over 60 years. And you said that all will be well. All can never be well with Nigeria. I can tell you, APC itself knows that all is not well with Nigeria. The Hausa said that all will not be well with Nigeria. The Fulanis know that all will not be well. The Yorubas themselves know that all will not be, because they are the progenitors of dangers we are facing in Nigeria currently. They pioneered it. Can you do that? Can you do what is happening to Semi Fubara now? Can you do it to a northern governor, whether it's APC or PDP? I'm asking you. Can you do it to a northern governor, whether it's APC or PDP? You cannot do it.
I've not yet.
But I can tell you, that man you are seeing there, Semu Fubara, has turned to a beast. And my prayer is that his resistance will lead to forceful breakup of Nigeria. That's my word for you this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much.